Long before the private jets, before the billion-dollar movies, before becoming one of the biggest stars on Earth, Tom Cruise was just a boy who struggled to read, and nobody imagined that boy would someday conquer Hollywood. Thomas Cruise Mapother IV was born on July 3rd, 1962, in Syracuse, New York. His childhood wasn't easy, his family moved frequently, money was tight, and Tom faced something that made school incredibly difficult. Dyslexia. Reading became a daily challenge. He often felt misunderstood, but even at a young age, Tom possessed something special. Determination. He refused to let his struggles define him. For a while, he even considered becoming a priest. But fate had different plans. During high school, Tom discovered acting, and suddenly everything changed. He had found his purpose. Without hesitation, he moved to New York to pursue his dream. He had no guarantees, no powerful connections, only ambition, and a belief that failure wasn't an option. After several small roles, Hollywood finally noticed him. Then came risky business Top Gun, and just like that, Tom Cruise became a superstar. Women adored him, studios trusted him, and audiences around the world couldn't get enough of him. But fame was only the beginning, because Tom Cruise wasn't interested in being a temporary star. He wanted to become a legend, and that's exactly what he did. But behind the smiles and blockbuster movies, Tom Cruise was preparing to build an empire worth hundreds of millions, an empire that would make him one of Hollywood's most powerful men. Yet success would come with sacrifices nobody could see. By the late 1980s, Tom Cruise wasn't just a movie star, he was becoming a phenomenon. And over the next 3 decades, he would do something very few actors ever achieve. He would turn fame into an empire. After the success of Top Gun, Tom Cruise became one of the most sought-after actors in the world. But he didn't want to be known only for one movie. He wanted longevity. He wanted greatness. And so, he challenged himself with film after film. Rain Man, A Few Good Men, Jerry Maguire, The Firm, Magnolia, each role proved that he wasn't just a handsome, leading man. He was a serious actor, and Hollywood rewarded him. Soon, Tom Cruise became one of the highest-paid actors in history. Then came the role that changed everything. Ethan Hunt, Mission Impossible. What began as a movie became one of the most successful franchises in cinema history. But Tom wanted more than acting. He became a producer. He invested in the franchise, and he insisted on doing many of his own stunts. Dangerous stunts, impossible stunts, stunts that most actors wouldn't dare attempt, hanging from airplanes, climbing skyscrapers, jumping motorcycles off cliffs. For Tom Cruise, fear was never an excuse, and audiences loved him for it. Despite all the fame, Tom's personal life often attracted media attention. He married actress Mimi Rogers, then Nicole Kidman. Together they adopted 2 children. After their separation, Tom later married Katie Holmes. The couple welcomed their daughter, Suri Cruise. But fame and relationships rarely go hand in hand. Over the years, Tom's marriages ended and his private life became the subject of endless speculation. Yet through it all, he remained intensely focused on his career. Because for Tom Cruise, movies weren't just work, they were his passion. Success brought incredible wealth. Tom Cruise's fortune grew into hundreds of millions of dollars. His lifestyle includes multi-million-dollar properties, luxury cars, private jets, exotic vacations, high-end motorcycles, exclusive estates around the world. But unlike many celebrities, Tom is known for living a disciplined life. He stays physically fit, trains intensely, and remains obsessed with perfection. Even in his 60s, he performs action scenes that amaze younger actors. By 2026, Tom Cruise has achieved 3 Golden Globe Awards, multiple Academy Award nominations, over $12 billion in global box office success, one of the most successful movie franchises ever, a reputation as Hollywood's ultimate action star. Worldwide recognition spanning 4 decades. Most actors dream of one successful decade. Tom Cruise dominated 4. But behind the incredible success, controversies, heartbreak, and personal sacrifices were waiting. And in the final chapter, we'll uncover the hidden struggles, public controversies, recent successes, current net worth, and the legacy that made Tom Cruise immortal in Hollywood. Because legends aren't remembered for how they started, they're remembered for how they endure. He conquered Hollywood, built an empire worth hundreds of millions, and became one of the last true movie stars. But greatness comes with a price, and Tom Cruise has spent a lifetime paying it. For decades, Tom Cruise's life has fascinated the world, not just because of his movies, but because of the mystery surrounding the man himself. His association with Scientology brought both support and criticism. His personal beliefs became constant headlines. His famous interviews and public appearances sparked debates around the world. Many questioned him, others defended him. But through all the noise, Tom Cruise did something remarkable. He kept working, and he kept delivering. Because while opinions changed, audiences continued showing up, and that's what mattered most. Success wasn't free. Behind the billion-dollar movies were sacrifices few people saw. 3 marriages ended, years spent away from family, countless injuries from dangerous stunts, a life constantly under public scrutiny. The world saw the superstar, but very few saw the pressure. Because when you spend 4 decades at the top, there is no room for mistakes, no room for slowing down, no room for ordinary. And perhaps that's why Tom Cruise continues pushing himself harder than anyone else. Then came one of the most remarkable moments of his career, Top Gun: Maverick. Many expected nostalgia. Nobody expected history. The film became a global phenomenon. Critics praised it. Fans loved it. And Hollywood itself celebrated Tom Cruise for helping bring audiences back to theaters. Once again, he proved something important. He wasn't surviving in Hollywood. He was still leading it. By 2026, Tom Cruise's fortune is estimated at over $600 million. His empire includes blockbuster movies, production companies, real estate investments, royalties and back-end profits, luxury properties and private aircraft. But despite the wealth, one thing has never changed: his obsession with excellence. Because for Tom Cruise, success isn't measured by money, it's measured by legacy. His achievements that made history: 3 Golden Globe Awards, multiple Oscar nominations, more than $12 billion at the global box office, one of the highest paid actors in history. The face of Mission Impossible, one of the most recognizable stars on Earth. Very few actors become famous, even fewer become legends. Tom Cruise became both. Even in his 60s, Tom Cruise continues to defy expectations. While others slow down, he keeps pushing boundaries. New projects, new stunts, new challenges. Because retirement has never been part of his vocabulary. And perhaps that's what makes him different. Not talent, not fame, relentless passion. Hashtag final emotional ending. Think back to where this story began. A boy struggling with dyslexia. A child who moved from place to place. A young dreamer with nothing but ambition. Nobody knew his name, nobody saw a legend, but he did. He believed. And that belief changed everything. From Top Gun to Mission Impossible, from struggling student to Hollywood icon, Tom Cruise built more than a fortune. He built immortality. Because long after the lights fade, long after the cameras stop rolling, people won't remember the money, or the mansions, or the private jets. They'll remember the moments, the risks, the impossible missions, and the man who refused to accept limits. Because legends aren't born, they're built. And Tom Cruise built one of the greatest empires Hollywood has ever seen. Hashtag. Don't forget to subscribe for more celebrity documentaries, luxury lifestyles, rise and fall stories, and untold journeys of the world's biggest stars. Because behind every empire, there's a story worth telling.